Now that you're ready to purchase your domain name, it's time to choose where you want to purchase it from. So there are things called domain registrars, which is people who have the right to sell domain names. I don't understand all the technical stuff on why they get to sell those domains or who owns them before somebody buys them. But I will tell you that my favorite place to buy domain names is NameCheap.com. In my NameCheap account, I have more domains than I like to admit to. Every time I get an idea on something I think would be a cool business idea, I buy the domain. I also own the domains for my family members, just in case they want to be like a personal brand one day. So I use NameCheap for all of my domains, even though I don't use them for hosting. I like to keep my hosting and my domains separate, just for an added layer of security. So if one of my accounts was ever to be hacked, they wouldn't have access to all of my domains. I can rebuild a site, but if I lose my domain, that's a totally different story. So I use NameCheap. I feel like their pricing is a lot better than if you buy directly with the host. Sometimes you can find a deal where a host will give you a free domain name for a year, but they charge for all the extra stuff like domain privacy and things like that I don't want to pay extra for when I can get it for free from NameCheap. Plus, the regular prices are less anyways. So right now, they're $8.88 per year for a domain. They run specials a few times a year. And then it's great because it's not like they give you a really low price the first year and then it's way more expensive the next year. So if you get a special deal, that would be the case. It'll be cheaper the first year, but pretty much their prices are really great. So click on the link below, or you can go directly to namecheap.com and you can go to their domain checker. And we've already done this in a previous step. So if you watch that blog or read that blog, watch that video on checking names availability for your brand, then you already know it's available. But you start out basically with a search on NameCheap. And so depending on the year, it's going to look a little bit different. But right now, you're just going to type in the name that you want to purchase, and then you're going to click search, and it's going to tell you the .com, the .net, the .io, all of those that are available and how much they are. So remember on Name Checker, we did organize this messy house. So if I was to do that in Name Checker, then I would see here, it's $10.48 per year to purchase. Now, make sure that up in the top right hand corner that it is using your currency. A lot of times when I first go to the site, it's doing Canadian dollars, so it always shows a higher price. Make sure that it says US dollars if you're in the United States, or choose the one that is right for you. Now, I am logged into my account, so things may look a tiny bit different, and depending on how long it's been since this video was created, things might be a little bit different, but you're going to get the gist of it as I walk through the purchase process. Once you've got the domain that you're wanting to purchase, you've got the blue check mark saying it's good to go, you've confirmed that it's a .com, that everything's spelled exactly how you want it to be, then you are going to click Add to Cart. Now that we've added it to the cart, you're going to see a pop-up and it's giving you some extra offers. Now, you don't need to purchase any of these offers right now. So it's offering you things like web hosting, it's offering you email, a secure site. Now, just know all of these things sound like things that you do want to have, and you do. You will want to have these things, but you don't need to purchase them with your domain. All of these things can be added later, and I'm going to show you them in other blogging tutorials, and they're going to be less expensive than what you see right here and not tied to your domain name account. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to have web hosting, or you may already have web hosting. I'm going to show you how to have an email address with your domain, but it's not going to cost you through your actual domain, okay? And I'll show you how you can set it up with Google if you want. So all these things, although they look great and you will need them eventually, you don't need to purchase them right now. Okay. So once you're ready to go, you're going to go to your cart and do the checkout process. Now there's one thing I want to show you on this page. They have it set already as a default for enabled. This Who Is guard is enabled here, you can see. And the thing that I love about NameCheap is it's free. A lot of other domain registrars charge like $10 sometimes a year for you to make your domain information private. Now, this means that when somebody goes on whoisguard.com and they type in a domain name and they can see who owns that domain. They can see their address, their phone number, and all their public information. Well, I don't like my information being found publicly like that. Most people don't. And so what NameCheap does and any registrar can do is they can make that information private, and basically they put their own information in there instead. So I definitely recommend that you have that. Now, other than just for privacy reasons, you want to have this because once you register a domain, if you don't have this privacy, oh my gosh, you get so much spam. I'm talking spam in the mail, spam on the phone, and spam in your email. So please, whether you use NameCheap or not, make sure that you have your Who Is guard on. If you don't use NameCheap, there will be a fee, but please know it is definitely worth paying whatever the price is, or you can get it here for free. Now, the other thing I want to mention before you go through with the purchase is you do want to make sure that your auto renewal is on for your registration. I'm sorry. If you don't and you forget to add a credit card or to pay your renewal, you can lose your domain and somebody could buy it and they would then own it and you can't get it back. So make sure that when you purchase a domain for your business or your blog or your blogging business, that you have the auto renew on and that there's an active credit card on file. You don't want to lose your business because you didn't pay the $10 renewal. Okay. So once you're ready to do that, you've got auto renewal on, you've got your Who Is guard. You're going to click confirm, and then you're going to put in your payment information. And if you don't have an account with NameCheap, you're going to create an account with them at that time so that they can store all of your domains for you and you can log in and make some changes. Once your purchase has been confirmed, you've gone through the payment part and everything, then you're ready to move on to connecting your domain with your hosting. So there will be a link below this video to another blogging tutorial, which will show you how to set up your hosting and connect your domain to the host. All right, congrats, you now have a new domain name.